Hi, this is Mark Pfeiffer from Data Dynamics. I'm going to give you a quick demonstration on how to migrate from on-site to Azure NetApp files. We can cover a little bit about importing on-site resources, starting the migration wizard, going to ANF as a target, and some of the other features that you might think are handy. So to get started on this, once you first install StorageX, the thing that you're going to want to do is you want to go to storage resources. Now I've already imported this resource. This is my on-site and NTAP system, which is a 8.1.7 mode. It's where a lot of people are moving, to clustered on tap, or they're moving to Azure or some other cloud. Essentially, all you do to create this is you add a file storage resource, you give it the name, the type of the resource that you want to put in here. And in this case, I chose a 7-mode filer, and then you give it the name. Once it's done, that resource comes in, and it comes in with all of the information about that resource. So you don't need a spreadsheet to go figure out what shares or exports are there or any of that kind of thing, right? It's pretty handy. When you want to start your data movement, what you can do is go into data movement, and we have these phase migration policies. These are configurable so that you can change the options that are important to you. So one, for instance, is I want to copy security. You want to copy security generically each time the file or folder is copied. But I've seen cases where people have had trouble with security, and they would just rather re-ACL on the other side. And so they say never. The other thing is if security changed a lot, you could also say always copy security, right? So you got a whole list of options. I think there's over 60 of them. And then one thing you might want to think about doing is putting this onto a migration schedule to run every night. So every night you do an incremental and you copy more data, whatever's been updated over to Azure. So that's the template. But when you create a phase migration policy, you just have to right click on the template that you're using, and the migration wizard comes up. The thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to choose a source and a target. Well, the source we know is going to be on site. So if I go to my resources, I go to on site. Here's my 7-mode system. I double click on that. I get shares. There's the shares that I've set up to do that. I'm going to choose the source here and open that. Now for the target, you can't list all of the shares or exports that are in ANF because for the most part, you don't have that kind of access, right? So what you can do though is make a note when you create that share or export. And that's what I've done here is I've just put this out, and this is my newly created share. So I Control C that, I bring that over to the wizard, pop that in there, and then hit next. So this is an ANF demo, and it's a demo for the world. And the next thing it does is it validates what you said you were going to do. It also tells you that there is another policy with either the source or the target in it. So I use this source CIFS 1 gig in the Azure files migration demonstration also. So it's letting me know that there could be a duplicate there. This is handy because when you're doing 100 or 500 migrations in a weekend, understanding that you're not doing something twice is probably pretty critical. Finally, what it does is it validates everything that I said I wanted it to do, where I'm inheriting the settings from, what the source and the target is, and all of those kinds of things. So when I hit finish, now I'm going to have not only my original Azure files migration, but I have the ANF demo that I just created. I just have to right click that and run that down here, and the tasks, it will show you the status of it. I'll just show you real quickly what happens with the when it runs. And I already ran the Azure files. When it runs, you have a view details here, and it will give you the information of not only everything that was configured, but it gives you all of the stats of what you ran. So I hope this was helpful. Contact us at sales@datdine.com. Thanks.